rich cultural practices to the economic value and function. Do we agree or not? That's what we'll be discussing about today. And now for definitions. Modernization. Transformation of a society from a rural and agrarian condition to a secular, urban and industrial one. And for other definition, culture. The set of shared attitudes, values and goals and practices that characterizes an institution, organization or group, such as NUS. So what does our group think of this question?
Yes. No.
Maybe. And for me, no.
So why does modernization in Singapore not reduce rich cultural practices to its economic value and function?
Oh, because I did my research on Boat Quay, and Boat Quay, it already used to be a hub of trade and commerce in the busiest part of Old Port Singapore. Now Boat Quay was known as the Valley of the Cup by the Chinese because the shape of the river looks like a Valley of the Cup, and it was predominantly occupied by Chinese traders and labourers. So my first point would be the shophouses, where originally businesses would be run on the first floor, and the higher floors were used as residential areas by the merchants or the coolies working in the area. It serves as an easy mode of access for them and it's very convenient. That's why they use the shophouses as their residential areas. And my other point would be the bumboats. These were originally used to transport cargo from the bigger ships docked at the port all the way down to the quarry, where the coolies themselves would manually transfer the cargo from the bumboats to the warehouses. Now, every load they were carrying were very heavy and that's why they're all very muscular and very tan as shown in the pictures somewhere here. After the big cleanup and restoration of the Singapore River, Boat Quay has since transformed into a place that springs into life at night. Warehouses have been converted into restaurants, alfresco dining, lively bars and pubs, even attracting prostitutes. It's true, read the news. And the majority of them are seafood restaurants. You want to have chili crab, black pepper crab, whatever king prawn that costs $200, go there, sure have. Likewise, bumboats no longer deal with transporting cargo. Instead, they are transporting human cargo, us, passenger service. They are now making their trade in passenger service, taking customers on a leisure cruise down along the Singapore River. You want to go for a nice date? Go there, $9 only. Now, Boat Quay also serves as a softer front for the high-rise building behind. Now, behind Boat Quay is actually the busy cosmopolitan banking and financial sector. You will be able to see all the high-rise, grey, mundane, boring and hard buildings behind. That's why Boat Quay serves as a very nice front to, beautify the whole place. So actually, Boat Quay's socio-economic role has shifted from a trade and maritime commerce to a more tourism and aesthetics role. However, despite the shift, the key function of Boat Quay is still an economical one. That's why I do not believe that modernization in Singapore reduces the rich cultural practices to the economic value and function, because in the instance of Boat Quay, its original function was already economic. So to verify my point, you can take a look at some of the footages we actually took on our trip there.
As you can see, the shophouses along Boat Quay have since been transformed into restaurants, pubs and bars. We'll take a closer look at them in a while. Notice how the warehouses are of different heights. The Chinese believe that the height of a shophouse determines your wealth. The higher, the better. At night, this place bursts into life, bustling with activity. Imagine this scene in the past, filled with bumboats packed bumper to bumper, with 10 coolies walking up gangplanks transporting cargo. Today, it's a throwback to our past, maintaining its gentle appearance as a front for the high-rise buildings behind. As night falls, people start streaming in, filling empty tables at the restaurants. It's barely even dark and there's already a healthy crowd. Most of the customers here are tourists or expatriates hoping to have an enjoyable time after a hard day's work or shopping. We chanced upon this classic example of how modernity changes our culture. You can see the difference between the modern boats and the traditional bumboats. Although the modern boats look different, it still maintains the generic shape of the old boats. These traditional bumboats no longer carries cargo. Instead, They are used to ferrying passengers along the river for a leisure cruise. The eyes at the front of the boats are believed to guide the boats to their destination. Did you know that the green eyes are used by the Hokkien and red eyes for the Teochews? Now most tourists won't hesitate to wave back at you if you wave them. The ones that don't are usually Singaporeans.
I don't agree with the statement. In fact, I think that modernization has actually added on value to the rich cultural practices that we have in Singapore. You look at Clarke Quay. What do we have at Clarke Quay? So people might just, when you think of Clarke Quay, you think of all those like tourism, all those tourists coming together from different countries. But isn't that about culture as well? In Clarke Quay, we have a rich, diverse culture. We have the Australian tourists, the US tourists, the China tourists, and everywhere from all around the world. And what else do we have at Clarke Quay? It's a food establishment that we have at Clarke Quay. In Clarke Quay, we have this Finny Jade restaurant that serves up traditional Sichuan dishes for you. Isn't that yummy? But anyway, besides that, we also have an Italian restaurant, the Italian bars. What else do we have there? Let's see. We even have the American restaurant, Chinese restaurant, Indian food, and I know we even have this red man selling ice cream, and I can show you this video. Ta-da! Okay, besides the food establishment that we have at Clarke Quay, there's also another strong point that also not supporting people, and that is hybridization. So what exactly is hybridization? Hybridization is actually where cultural practices adopt and take on modern form. And that is something that we actually found out while we were taking our trail to Singapore River. Okay, that fateful day, while we were at Clarke Quay, it was Mid-Autumn Festival. And guess what we saw? Take a look at the video.
Such a lovely queen. From the skies above to the deepest love.
Okay, after watching the video, I believe you have a clearer idea what I meant by hybridization. Take a look at, say for instance, Mid-Autumn Festival. How do people actually celebrate Mid-Autumn Festival in the past? In the past, they'll probably just carry a paper lantern and walk around, like, appreciate the harvest moon, eating mooncakes, having pomelo, drinking tea, and that's about all that they will do. But not. Look at the video just now that I show you. We even have like performance. We even have like big lantern floats as opposed to small paper lantern. And what else do we have? Let me see. Yeah, we have that Taiwanese tourism board coming to Singapore River, actually to showcase the Taiwanese snacks. And there's actually a lot of people who actually went on to support all these things. And do you think, as opposed to carrying paper lantern and walking around your neighborhood or walking along Singapore River with your loved ones, snacks, Taiwanese snacks, and as well as taking photos with those big lanterns, which one would you prefer? So that is how modernization has actually hybridize the cultural practices of actually celebrating Mid-Autumn Festival into what we have now. Thus, my stand is, I do not agree with the statement, and I believe that modernization has actually bring out more benefit to the cultural practices in Singapore. Thank you.